Hey, it's the morning of Monday, the 11th of January, 2021, which means it is stream day for Undead Labs. So I am preparing for that stream. That stream doesn't happen until 3 p.m. This afternoon. Right now it's more like almost 8 in the morning. But it takes a lot of work for me to actually get up and running and ready to do that stream. I do my personal streams all week, and then and then I have to set up a completely different scenario for the official company stream. So I thought it might be kind of fun to hang out with you folks while I'm doing that work. So
Hey out there, we're running low on materials for building our zombie traps.
so
For a little
I don't like talking at the same time as the characters, even though I think that my volume is way higher than theirs, and I'm pretty sure you can hear me over them. They're feeding into my ear, and so I have trouble thinking about my own words. So I've got this little community on my retail Xbox that I use for streaming. Now, sometimes when we're streaming, we actually stream from what's called a dev kit. If you don't know, a dev kit is a version of a console that is pretty much the same hardware. Like anything that would get screwed up on a retail Xbox should also get screwed up on a dev kit, so you can legitimately run tests and stuff. Occasionally, there's a shade of difference between them that can cause some really uncomfortable and hard to chase down bugs. But for the most part, a dev kit is an Xbox. It's just got some extra stuff that lets you do things like, control it remotely and very easily externally record videos and screenshots, and there's a bunch of other things that it can do. But and I don't know what all of them are, actually, honestly, because I'm not an extremely technical person. But so sometimes, like for instance, when we have to show an in-progress build, a build we haven't released yet, or if I need to cheat to like get a whole bunch of equipment on my characters so that I can show off that equipment, I do that on the dev kit because then I can play the version of the game that's got the cheats. But for a couple of reasons, we also like to stream from a retail kit whenever we can, so we can like demonstrate, hey, look, this is what the game is like on your hardware. So people who haven't bought the game or whatever can really see a legitimate version of the game. Another problem that I'm facing today, though, is the fact that my dev kit just died. It still runs the game, it still does all the things it's supposed to do, but for some reason I get no signal out of its HDMI port. So we can't stream from the dev kit anyway, even if we wanted to today. So we're definitely streaming from the retail kit. Problem is, this community is not in the best shape. We've suffered some hilarious deaths recently. And we've only got 4 people left, and at least one of them, this guy that I'm playing right now, is kind of in the worst shape. So let me switch over to, I don't know who I want to play as right now. Maybe Vicky? Let's be Vicky. Yep, she's dressed the way I want her to, so let's go. So you'll notice that I dress these characters differently. If you followed the State of Decay 2 streams historically, you might have remembered these guys were wearing different clothing. I don't know why you would know that much about it or pay that much attention, but whatever. You do you. But they're wearing different clothes now because today's stream, one of the main themes we're going after is going to be sort of sharing data about what people have did in our game in 2020. And so these are their top 4 outfits. The hats I didn't grab data for, so it's just the clothes that they're wearing. You folks like dressing in black. Quite a bit. These are the top 4 outfits that people put on their characters. So we're sitting here dressed in our really awesome outfit. And the thing that I want to make sure we've done, like we've got, we're really low on materials. We've got a great amount of food and meds. That's awesome. We don't have a lot of ammo, and we're also in the dread zone right now. If you look over in difficulty, we're solidly in the dread zone. That's because that's where I play most readily. Like I get into the, it's the best combination of fun and not getting killed for me. But I'm going to be playing with Brant Fitzgerald and Joe Swarner as my backup. And they're both better at the game than I am. And so it'll be kind of boring, actually, if we're playing in the Dread Zone. So what I think I need to do is go out and find a good place to grab some materials, like here. I also need to grab some ammo if I can. I don't know if there's a lot of places left. Usually I vacuum up the ammo sites pretty fast. Oh, wait, no, we've got this right here. Oh, okay. Oh, dang it. So this sometimes has ammo, which is nice, but the really nice ammo place is already, covered. I'm trying to remember where else is a really good ammo site around here. And if there aren't any, there aren't any. But because I don't remember everything I've done in this location, and sometimes I'm not even. Oh, this gun shop, the Armwell. Oh, but it's already mostly searched. So probably not going to be great either. Okay, yeah. So we've already got the military site there. Was there anything in this neighborhood? I didn't think so. There is a dead body over here we could go after. Yep. Looks like we vacuumed up a lot of the really easy, low-lying stuff. So I guess we'll go get the materials so that we're not dealing with a whole bunch of maintenance issues. And then we'll switch over to Nightmare, try to get our community up and running in Nightmare. Or maybe even Lethal? I don't know if we want to do Lethal. Maybe we'll just go to Nightmare. Because Nightmare needs some love. Because it turns out that Nightmare, this past month, has been our least popular difficulty. I think mostly because a lot of people who were playing in Nightmare wanted to try the Lethal Zone. And so maybe we'll play in Nightmare just to give Nightmare some love. Okay, so I am falling way behind in the chat. So let me get to the side I'm headed to, and then I will try to get to a safe place and take a break to read what you folks are saying. Pretty close now. Oh, hearing some zombie voices.
God, I am so sick of plague zombies.
Oh, same here, lady. All right. Bye. Hee. Okay, now, is there something I can get on top of? Just realized I paid no attention. I paid attention to my character's outfit. Did not pay attention to her equipment. So I don't even know what she's got. Does she have a... I think she's got a high-caliber pistol that might not have a suppressor on it. Let's see. Oh, it's got a break. Okay, yeah. All right, I think we're relatively safe here. So let's catch up with the chat. Oh, so Monster Man says that Mike's is their favorite base in Drucker, which, yeah, it's a pretty good one because it's there it is. It's centrally located, so you can get both, over to the plateau, but also up into this area pretty easily. And it's pretty, spacious and versatile. It's not, the biggest, craziest base on the map, but sometimes you don't want the biggest, craziest base on the map. Sometimes you want to keep things simple. Oh, Telly Castanopoulos says, I'm still waiting for the screenshot button on the Series X controller to work on the computer. Yeah, that's definitely not my department, but I can see why you'd want that. Though, I mean, it's not that hard to reach out and hit print screen if you got your keyboard in front of you, but I don't know what your setup is like. If you're, like, for instance, playing remotely or something like that, then that would make a big difference. So, yeah, oh, hey, good morning. Travi2013 said hi to me. So, Telly suggests unplug everything, including the TV, and plug it all back in, TV first. So I did actually do the whole unplugging step. The TV was working fine with everything else. Like, I feed a ton of different video sources, like my current retail Series X right here, into this TV. TV worked fine. And, even if I fed it into a different destination, like if I fed it through my Elgato, for instance, the Elgato couldn't find the video signal. Like, the video signal was dead. And I did try unplugging it, and going up and having dinner, coming back and replugging the dev kit in again, still didn't work. Red of the Court asked if I checked the gun store in the police department in the Northeast. I'm trying to remember whether... So, unfortunately, I don't know the maps as well as I should. I don't see anyone here saying that they've got ammo, but it could be that I'm looking in the wrong place because I've just forgotten what's here. I hope it's fun to realize how much better you know. Oh wait, the police station, this northeast. That's what you're talking about, right? It's over here. So it looks like, yeah, the Ormel gun shop is taken over, and the police station, I think it hasn't been explored yet, but it looks like I took this, so I don't know what's going on there. I could check out that police station, and maybe I will. But it's also not bad to have a goal when you first get started with a stream, like, like we're going to be doing on the State of Decay 2 stream. Yeah, It's Your Boy Lewis also suggested that I should check by the strip mall. Thanks for the reminder, everybody. Once I got there, I realized what you were talking about. Of course, I do know that area, but it's not all just ready up there in my brain, Oh, so Itsy Boy Lewis says, I'm one of the few people that play Nightmare, but I have my map difficulty set to Dread. That makes sense, you know, like, because map difficulty is mostly about how hard it is to get supplies. And sometimes that's just not the kind of game you're into. You know, you're not looking for a game about scarcity, you're looking for a game about danger. And that makes perfect sense. Hey there, Undead Toad from Brazil. Good to see you. They say they missed the State of Decay 2 live streams. Well, today is your lucky day, because I am preparing for the State of Decay 2 live stream. All right, yeah, it looks like more than one person was trying to help me find the stuff by the strip mall, and I get it. So, okay, cool. Well, right now I'm here, and it seems like these guys know I'm here. So, and there's a horde right nearby someplace. So if I just drop off right here, are they going to come after me? Yep. Luckily... Oh, no! I hit the button just a little bit too late there. Okay. So the question is, can I scavenge this place? Yes.
Nope. We still got company.
Without setting off that horde. So I don't know if that means there's zombies in here with me right now, or if it's just counting the fact that the horde is right outside. And probably overlapping the site volume that sort of tells the game where this site is. Basically, we have to draw a big box around every building in the game that we want the game to recognize as being a site. And if the zombies get into that box, even if they're outside the building, it still counts. All right, so I also didn't check my backpack to see if it was already full. Oops, see if it was already full. So I actually don't have a ton of cargo space. Come after me? Turns out, is it Powerhouse that I've got? Yep, I've got leveled up Powerhouse, so there's nothing one zombie can do to me. So I parked up here like a crazy person. Well, I parked up here because there weren't any zombies immediately in the vicinity.
The zombie tide is cresting. Everybody start making your way home.
Zombie threat at home, and I don't have enough ammo, so I actually might have to go and defend that. Alright, so I don't usually like to put stackable things in here, but whatever. I can actually use my toolkits on this car. So I'll see if I can get... I'll see if there's maybe one more rucksack of materials in here, and then I'll head back home. I'll see if I can fend off that siege without getting too killed. And actually, what's the... Dang it. I always... So I've been playing so many different games lately that I just get my buttons just all screwed up. Every time I switch games, I forget what all the buttons do. Sometimes completely randomly. Let's see here. So Chord 88 says, I've run into quite a few people in a Discord server who have their actions set to lethal, but their map set to green. Yeah, that's a pretty common thing. People are just like, you know what? I want to fight zombies. I don't necessarily want to worry where my next meal's coming from. And actually, it's more... Oh, stop it. It's more fun to fight zombies if I've got easy access... Okay, no. If I've got easy access to a bunch of awesome weapons. And so that's much easier to do on green. And so, yeah, so there are a fair number of people who will mismatch their difficulty like that to have the experience they're looking for, which is great. That is why we added that feature. Uh-oh. Zombies are trying to come in through that door. Alright, let's just not be here. How did that sound? Let's let them come through the door, and then I will be somewhere else. I've got 8 minutes to get home. I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. All I really need to do... Why do I keep clicking the... It's because I've been playing No Man's Sky, and clicking the right stick is how you sprint in No Man's Sky. Which is just, by the way, ridiculous. But whatever. Oh, yikes. Okay. just made a noise that will bring zombies, but I'm about to get out of here, so... Oh, of course. One zombie always manages to get on the door, right? Always. Nope, you're not getting on. No passengers. Thank you. All right, let's head back home. Deal with that siege. Because I don't have any ammo. Like, if I had enough ammo, I'd just let the ammo take care of the siege. Which way am I going? All the way up there? Okay, cool. Yeah, if I had enough ammo to just ignore the siege, that's what I'd do. But because ammo is the one thing I'm short on that I'm going to have a really hard time replacing, that's not really as much of an option. I don't actually know, come to think of it. Like, if I'm just planning on moving anyway, this is still, yes, still the right way. If I'm just planning on moving anyway, I'm assuming that broken down facilities still refund the same way. So even if I did, like, lose a bunch of facilities to a failed siege, maybe I would still be all right. Like, maybe, you know, that would actually just be fine, since I'm planning on switching to Nightmare and moving. Of course, come to think of it, well, I was going to say, do I really need to move? Because, you know, as long as I keep the map difficulty on Dread, maybe I could switch all the way to lethal and, you know, whatever, make this game really hard, but not go anywhere. But I still want a map where I can get ammo, and it seems like I'm just kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to having ammo available. Let's get rid of the stuff I don't need in my pockets. All right. So before I go in there and get ready for the siege, let's catch up with the chat a little bit. Oh, Brian Menard's in here. Hey, Brian Menard, thanks for joining me. Thanks for all the time that you've sent people to come watch my streams. I really appreciate it. So Habitual Bell asks, is the stream today? My brain fart, for some reason I have the 14th in my head. Yeah, the stream is today. So we're gonna be doing the official State of Decay stream today on the 11th of January. So I hope to see you there. So Scott Landon wants to know, are there any plans to add a radio command to find a specific leader type, like there is for Red Talon community member? Now, we've thought about different ways to do that. Definitely, just in general, getting better access to recruits is something that a lot of players want. So we've been thinking through ways to do that. And so, I don't know, maybe more news on that in the near future. And boom, 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 boom.
Are you still working on what we talked about?
I'm still working on what we talked about, Kamika. Forgot what it was, but sure. Monster Man asks, are there plans for more car paint jobs? It's not a super high priority. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a few more at some point, but we are focusing on sort of on maybe a few bigger revisions to the game than that. So I'm not sure that's not the top of our list, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, so Chord 88 is sympathizing about my terribleness with controls. They say, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76, and when I switch back to State of Decay, I nearly die trying to remember that A is jump, not Y. Yeah. Oh, so Smug Rainbow Pony says, I actually like the Asian scheme of right button, the right face button is confirm and the bottom button is cancel. I adapt to it very easily. Most games don't adopt it, though. I have a hard time adapting away from it. Yeah, so I've finally gotten mostly used to the idea that that when I'm playing on my Switch, the right face button tends to be confirm and the bottom face button tends to be cancel. But everywhere else, I am extremely used to it being the other way around. Let's see here. Oh, Federico says, I wonder why there's no more broken tires like in the first game. I don't have specific information on that. I wasn't the one who was working on how cars work. But I imagine, I mean, you've seen the challenges we've had with car physics over the course of this game, so I can imagine that it probably wasn't a bad thing that we simplified the number of things that could be challenging to car physics. So I don't know if that's the reason, but it's certainly a benefit that we're reaping from it. And oh, It's Your Boy Lewis wonders if a Red Talon helmet can be put into the game. Interesting. Good question. That's as good a suggestion as any. Okay, so Radith Chord is asking questions about potential future features that we have not officially acknowledged yet. So I'm not going to answer those questions. Sorry, Radith Chord. I'm also not going to answer them on the official stream. But, you know, in general, our modus operandi is when there's a new feature, we do play it on the stream before release, so you get a chance to preview it. So, if you're wondering about new features, following our stream is the way to get all the latest info.
Whole damn base is surrounded by zombies.
Why are you so bad at reloading? Okay. Oh, Brian Menard says, that's why I love mouse and keyboard. They're so flexible. So there are a lot of games these days, which I really appreciate, who even, when you're using a console controller, they do let you remap your buttons. The problem is, most games, and I think our game is on this list, most games are not very well suited to being remapped. Like sometimes, buttons will be assigned in a way... Oh, looks like that guy's got that door. Buttons will be assigned in a way where it's extremely complicated to just change one function. And, when a game has a very simple control scheme, just intrinsically, it can be, not a big deal to just go through and swap, this button does this and that button does that. But when you have a bunch of complicated chorded inputs, like our game has, where it's like, you got to be able to hold the sprint button and then hit another button while holding the sprint button in order to get certain things to happen. When your game works like that, it's much harder just intrinsically to remap it, whether you've got a controller or a mouse and keyboard. Now, with the mouse and keyboard, a lot of the time, you have so many buttons, you can just spread the buttons out all over the... you spread the inputs out all over the keyboard, which gives you a lot more freedom. So I think Brian is right that mouse and keyboard does still give you greater adaptability, and also it's more of a general universal standard that a computer game will let you remap your keys. But I don't know. I'm hoping that we can figure out good ways to just simplify the number of inputs so that it's easier to make controllers generally more remappable. I don't know how to do that with a game necessarily. Like, it's a good goal to have for a game like State of Decay, but it's... man, this game has so many different things you can do. It's hard to figure out a good way to simplify the control scheme so that it's easier to... Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Jules says, the worst game controls are games that use mouse controls on console for menus. That has been my opinion about a lot for a lot of games. There are some modern games that have actually done a pretty darn good job of making it reasonable. Like, I'm kind of surprised at how comfortable I am navigating menus in Destiny, in No Man's Sky, in Immortals Phoenix Rising, Assassin's Creed. Like, those recent games have actually done surprisingly well at making it not feel like a nightmare. But that's a fairly recent development. For a long, long time. Okay, I am actually going to head up here and see if I can get some ammo before we switch over. Which car? Where did I park the car? It's over here. What was I talking about? I forgot. So yeah, so it used to always be a disaster whenever a game did that. I think that the people who sort of program those inputs and come up with sort of the algorithm that translates your stick movement into your cursor movement, they've uncovered strategies in recent years that I think do a really good job of sort of bridging that gap. And so I'm kind of okay with it when I see it now, and it does open a lot of possibilities. For one thing, it means that your menus don't have to work as differently on different platforms. Because one thing that's really challenging in State of Decay is trying to make the same menu system work with a cursor that you're navigating around with like a D-pad, and a cursor that you're moving around by highlighting stuff. In fact, you'll notice I've actually got a whole spreadsheet worked up that lists all of the menus that make the wrong assumptions based on which input method you're using, and it's long. Because, for instance, when you're using a mouse and keyboard and you open up a new menu, what you expect to have happen is there's no button highlighted when you first arrive. The only button that gets highlighted, like if your cursor is sitting in a spot with no buttons, then nothing is highlighted when you open the menu. And it's just waiting for you to hover your cursor over something before it will be highlighted. But if you're on console controller, then when the menu opens up, you do have something highlighted initially to tell you where your cursor is so that you can start moving it around intelligently. And so, you have those different expectations. Our menus are just a smorgasbord of different versions of that being wrong. Oh, where's this zombie? We have some menus that just always highlight a button when you first arrive on the menu, regardless of whether or not using a mouse and keyboard controller. And we've got some others that never highlight a button when you first open them up, regardless of whether you're using a mouse and keyboard or a console controller. And we might actually have one that's like a worst case scenario that does the wrong thing every single time. And it's kind of ridiculous. But part of the issue is, if you don't, build up a lot of like if you're working really fast, which we were when we were developing the original game, prior to release, it's really easy to sort of skimp on some of the sort of thoroughness that it takes to make sure that once you've implemented a menu for the first time, because when you implement a menu for the first time, you don't have to dot every I and cross every T. You implement a version of it that sort of roughly works, and then people start evaluating it, and then you hope that you can get to go back and make sure that you've not forgotten anything, that you've sort of covered all your bases, and that there's nothing left, no little, problems left that you need to solve. And if you're working really fast, it's really easy to sort of skip the step of coming back and saying, oh, wait a minute, I built this primarily testing on PC, and I forgot to make sure that it works exactly the way everyone would expect it on controller. And so it's really easy in any game for that kind of thing to sneak in. And so we've got it all over the place in State of Decay, and it just drives me nuts. But unfortunately, it's like those things, they're annoying. They don't make the game not work. They don't make the game non-functional. And so, we keep prioritizing other stuff over little things like that, because you can deal with it. It's not like you can't figure out where your cursor is. The game works. And so, because it's an easy thing to just sort of deal with, it's really easy to just leave it there for a really long time. Luis Deutscher says, hordes are spawning way too close to the character in Lethal. Are there any plans to address it? We do have plans to address some of the zombie spawning. We're focused mostly on the worst case scenarios in Lethal, which include blood plague bloaters spawning directly in front of your car. That's probably the worst spawning scenario. So that's where our focus is right now. But some of the ideas, some of the solutions we come up with for that might also benefit people who have other spawning problems. Let's see here. Oh, of course. So I put the 22 bullets that I found in the trunk, thinking, oh, but maybe I'll find more. No, what are the chances I'll find more 22 bullets? Well, there you go. I just found some more 22 bullets. I could have stacked them like that. Wow, so no ammo rucksacks here, huh? I haven't explored every area, but it looks like I found everything, so. Wow. Well, nice work there, police station, you jerk. Oh, who's this? I hear a voice. Oh, okay. Hey, I'm on this side, Okay, anyway. Yeah, no room. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? That's an ammo rucksack. What is wrong with me? I'm sitting here talking to you folks, and I completely lost track of the fact that, in fact, we did find an ammo rucksack. I just wasn't paying attention. Okay, well, there we go. Great! Mission accomplished. Good job, police station, for having exactly what I needed. Oh, wow. What a clever idea coming to this police station. Thank you, Chord and others for suggesting it. That went so extremely well. Okay, so one thing I definitely don't want to do, you see my bounties up above, killing 5 armored Zeds in close combat. It turns out that's actually one of our most abandoned bounties, and we're going to be going over a few of those on the stream today, so I want to leave that up there to show people this is actually not a very hard bounty to get, if you know what you're doing. Like, if you know where armored zombies spawn, and if you know that you can always do a close combat kill, even if you're equipped with other weapons. So I'm going to try to keep that one up. I think the other ones that we're targeting are ones that I've already earned, so that'll be a little bit harder. But we can still talk about them. Okay, so we'll drop off this ammo. Boink. Yay. And, oh, wait a minute. Also my inventory. Doink, 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 doink. Oh, wait, I don't have any heals anymore. Whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. Brian Menard suggests, hey, Jeffrey, you guys should make it so when you go to claim an outpost that the game recognizes that a plague heart is in a connecting building as something that needs to go before you can claim. What a great idea, Brian. I'll just leave that there. So Federico DeSante says, sometimes you hit a horde with 3 zombies and they have a bloater. You can get the cloud. Oh, you can get the black cloud in the car. Yeah, so there's a lot of problems with spawning zombies around cars. So I'm hoping we can address those very soon. We are very focused on it. Let's see here. All right, cool. Anyway, so what I want to do. So my map, my map is a disaster, right? It's a horror show. So part of me is like, I should move so that I can, like, scavenge more and get more ammo and stuff like that. But actually, having a corridor full of infestations might be a best case scenario for playing with Brant and Joe. So actually, I'm gonna switch to Kalina here, who seems like she's got the fewest problems. What's she equipped with? Fancy shotgun, but no shotgun ammo. What do you bet I have no shotgun ammo? Let's check it out. No, I do have some. Oh, crazy. Weird. Okay, cool. Well, then, okay, Kalina's going to be my starting character then, and we can probably do this after we start, because I think I'm going to keep map difficulty where it is, not reset the map, and go after those infestations with Du Bois, which means I'll probably just up maybe I'll just up action difficulty to lethal, so that it's more fun for Joe and Brant to play, and that'll be that. Okay, so we've solved our really urgent resource problems. I'm playing as a character that is well rested and healed up nicely, and our community is dressed in the top 4 most popular outfits. So I think we're good. I think we're ready for the State of Decay 2 stream. So I'm going to quickly exit so that it saves and it's just ready to go. And then we've got some more preparation to do. Because I don't use this. Actually, should I switch this over? I don't use this. What am I talking? Presentation. This OBS presentation for the State of Decay 2 stream. I use a different one, which looks like this. Well, it looks like this when I'm not ready. So I haven't done a State of Decay 2 stream in like a month. And so this thing has sort of gone to seed a little bit. And one big problem is I moved my camera, but I moved my camera for my personal stream. But now it's pointing the wrong way. I can't even get a green screen on here. So first I'm going to try to swap which camera I'm using here. There we go. Okay, this is the one that can actually support the green screen. And let's set up my green screen. So I'm going to take off my headphones here. And okay, so first off, this chair's got to go. Because you can see the chair back, and this has been driving me crazy. The fact that this is it's a big old leather chair. It's very reflective. I don't know how well my voice comes through when I'm not close to the mic, but it's very reflective, and so that means that when I set up the green screen, it reflects the green screen, so you get little like shimmery things going on over my shoulders. It's just annoying. So for Christmas, my wife got me a beautiful kneeling chair, which fits right here. It is taller than my chair, which means that I have to, when I'm sitting on it, I need to raise my camera a little bit like this, and kind of make sure I'm sitting in the right spot. And I need to like angle my mic a little bit so that it can pick me up a little bit better. I think this is probably where it goes. But okay, but the tension on this boom is kind of a problem. I think I need to tighten it up a little bit because it's bending down just slightly. There we go. And I need to kind of need to get the boom off camera, but still picking up my voice. So I usually talk louder during the State of Decay 2 stream than I talk during my my personal stream. And the reason for that is the mic is just a little further away from my face because I have to get it out of green screen range. All right, so now the green screen. So I've got this beautiful, what's it called? Show Maven? It's beautiful Show Maven screen. This is one of the best things that I've ever bought. Here, let me just open up the feet. You see how easy this thing is to set up? Like, I promise my stream is not sponsored by Show Maven. I just really like it. Oh wait, my kid moved a bunch of the equipment down here. Gotta move some things out of the way. There we go. So, that's a little too close to my desk. Angle it a little bit better. Okay, the problem is my new office is very small. I don't actually have room to walk around this green screen while it's up. So, but it's nice and convenient that it is so easy to pull up and down. If I can just step over it and then raise it again. Okay, but we've got a problem. Which is that it's being lit all wrong. So, but I've got these two ring lights here that actually are pretty flexible in the color and intensity of light that they can blast. So I'm gonna try to mess with their settings a little bit. Get their little controllers up here. So mess with their settings. Not really getting there. So part of the problem is usually I've got a bunch of light coming through this window, but it's morning time. And so it's still really, really dim around here. I wonder... So the problem is sort of identifying the problem with the color. Is it the fact that I'm lighting it too bright? And that doesn't seem to be it. Is it that I was lighting it too yellow? And now the white light seems to be what it wants. I might have to go so far as to actually turn on the overhead light in here, which usually will cause like some like burn in the top. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, you see it sort of like kind of burns up the top of the screen right there, turns it white. So that doesn't really work very well. And of course, we got the auto exposure messing with me, so I don't really always know exactly what's going to happen. Huh? This might just end up being weird. I might have to wait until actual daylight, though. I mean, because it's been so rainy lately, that might be a problem too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to back this thing up so it's further from the lights, and then maybe brighten the lights a little bit. See if that makes a difference. Any of you who stream using a setup like this probably know this struggle. I've got too much crap on my desk. Holy crap, I need to clean this mess up. Because one thing, sometimes light placement is what matters. Like if I lift this guy up, set him right here. Oh, there we go. That's starting to come together. All right, so I had one light under my desk and the other one above my desk. And that doesn't work. Oh, hey, but that actually lit me enough that it changed the exposure on the camera. Oh, sweet. Okay, this is almost working. I've got a little bit of a green fringe around me. That sometimes you can mess with the filters, though, to make that work. So let me just grab my camera. You can't see what I'm doing here, but chroma key... There's usually spill reduction. Let me see what happens if I raise spill reduction. I think that's probably good. And what if I mess with the requiring more similarity? There. Okay. I think that's actually kind of working. That's a good. Now if I turn off chroma key, boink, it's green. And sometimes I'll actually do that. I'll turn it off to like see, okay, what is going wrong with my green? Is it too gray? Is it too white? Is it too yellow? And then I'll turn it off again and try to mess with the settings to see what happens. I'm also color correcting myself a little bit because this is just kind of harsh and also just, I don't know, makes me look like a very pink person. And I'm not sure I like how pink I look sometimes because I get all red in the face. I'm a redhead. That's how it works. And oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's another thing I have on, just bleaching some of the pink out of my face. Okay, so I think this kind of works. So I can kind of lean hard into the light, which is kind of weird. Not sure I love that, but I guess if I just stay here, I'm okay. Okay, cool. So catching up with the chat. Sorry, everybody. Monster Man 32 asks, what would be Heartland difficulty? That's a good question. I don't actually know which difficulty is closer to what Heartland is. Heartland is kind of its own thing. I mean, it's got all of the Plague Heart zombies, and so Blood Plague zombies, the Blood Plague freaks. And so in that sense, it's kind of like Lethal, but it definitely doesn't have sort of the over-the-top ridiculous like damage settings and stuff from Lethal. So it's like a Lethal normal combo, I guess. Lethal standard combo. Timothy McLean says, welcome to the setup adjustment stream. Well, this stream is about, prepping for the State of Decay 2 stream, so you get to see the whole deal. Robert Peterson wants to know if I'm playing lethal mode or Brian Menard's dark side mod. No, so I will be playing lethal probably with Brian and Joe later today. But while I was doing my setup, I was playing in Dread because I am a Dread player. Like I've learned, like if you follow my stream, all of my State of Decay 2 videos lately involve me trying Lethal Zone and failing, trying Nightmare Zone, making it for a while, and then I just start failing. Like I try. I want to understand that experience because it's important for me to know it as the developer of the game. But I'm not as good as people like Brian Menard, so there's limits to what I can do. Lady X is like a DVD extra behind the scenes. Yeah, there you go. This is the DVD extras for the State of Decay 2 stream. Rooney asks, is there an announcement in today's stream? So, no, we're not doing any, like, really big, like, new feature reveals or anything. Sometime soon, probably, but for right now, we're mostly just doing a... Like we haven't done a stream in a month, so we need to kind of get back into the groove. So actually, I can kind of show you what the setup looks like here. So, of course, I've always got the logo video. Like showing that. This is where I first show up. And then I've got room to put up to 4 guests here. Now, I'm only going to have 2 guests. No, wait, maybe 3. I'm going to have 3 guests today. I'm going to have a flexible number of guests today because one of them is leaving early. So this is going to be, like, I'm not going to make you watch me figure out how to show all of the guests. That's a problem that I can solve later on my own. But I will have the ability to show people with their nameplates on. And then I've got one that Brant's always on the stream, and so I just have one ready-made for him. Then, I can show gameplay, me in front of the gameplay. I'm just running through these to, like, check them to make sure they work. Gameplay with me and 2 guests, that's going to be most of today's stream, is me with Brent and Joe up there. And then, this is if I want to, like, show information. So I've been putting together a bunch of info. And if you want to have a preview of it, here we go. Okay, I'll stick my local camera in front of it here. So we're going to be showing a whole bunch of data about what players have accomplished in 2020. So actually, before I do that, I kind of need to... What I'm going to do is set it up like this and say, okay, here's some big numbers, everybody. Over 31 million days survived. I'll just go through each of these pieces of data and reveal them one by one. And then move on to the next category. And the next category. And et cetera, et cetera. So the thing that I'm missing... So right now I've got this like burning flame thing behind me. And I like this, but also we've used it a lot. I think people are kind of tired of it. One thing that Joe has been advocating a lot for is for us to take more advantage of the art that we have access to. And so I'm kind of trying to think about, is there art that I have access to that I could easily slot in over here and sort of make this screen look a little bit more attractive than just being on fire all the time. Now, the big numbers section, it probably makes sense for that to be on fire because, you folks are on fire with what you're accomplishing here. Oh, yeah. So folks are asking for confirmation on the time of the State of Decay 2 stream. Yes, it is 3 p.m. Pacific. That has not changed. I have been thinking that, we had a lot of different constraints on us when we first selected that time. But it was a long time ago, and I kind of want to revisit it because I know that that time can be really tough for folks in Europe because it's pretty late at night in Europe when it's 3 p.m. On the west coast of the United States. So I wouldn't be surprised if sometime this year we maybe rethought it and switched it around. But there's just a lot of factors. There's a lot of different people whose schedules have to be coordinated to get the stream up and running. So I can't promise anything. But okay, so I know that I've got. See, where do I keep this? I know that I've got the piece of art that we released with the Lethal Zone, the sort of the decorative thing. That would probably be perfect for this screen. So let's I'm gonna open this up. You can't see what I'm doing. Actually, I should probably. Oh, can I just capture? Okay, let me see here. Let me make a new. Okay, I'm gonna make a new view here. I'm gonna add something here. So I don't want you guys to just be lost while I'm, not knowing what I'm doing. So is it window capture that I want to do, or is it like desktop capture? Maybe desktop capture because, yeah, okay. Display capture. That's what it's called. Display capture. So yeah, left screen, and then no, that's not right. Display 2, that's what we want to get. Okay, so I'm gonna open up. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that guy. That's what I want. This guy. Okay, so the challenge here is I'm gonna save this in the right folder. Wait, where do I do that? Streaming. SOD2 stream. Bum. I'm going to save it as, sure, why not? The problem is, I think that if I try to stick this in, you know what I'm doing? Oh, I'm doing something totally wrong. Hold on, I need to scale this thing down. I just realized my screen is larger than the my left display is larger than will actually show on my OBS presentation. So let me quickly. Oh, I did not prepare for this. I was not actually thinking, I'm going to come in here and do this in front of you folks. So I was not fully prepared. All right. So okay, there. Now you can actually see the whole screen, which is nice. And another thing that I should probably do is put it behind me so you can see me talking. All right. So the problem with this image is it's very bright and it's got a lot of contrast to it, which might make it hard to read over. So if I switch back to where I'm trying to use it, and actually, see, that's an old piece of art. So I'm just going to swap this art out for the other one. Okay. So yeah, that is really, really hard to read. So no one wants that nonsense. So there's a lot of different things I can do. One thing I can do is just edit this image itself and sort of like dim it and stuff. So like, make the whole thing. Oh, that's not the right way. That is not the right way to do it at all. Okay, another way we can approach this is to make a layer in front of it, turn that layer black, and then make that layer dim. So that way we get sort of this image, but it's nice and dark. So we'll save it as a ping dark. Boom, boom, flatten. Okay, cool. And so now we switch back to OBS and let's swap out this art again for the new art. I have lost it. Where am I? Here it is. Ta-da. Okay, so that is way easier. Ooh, and because I don't have the fire, I can tell that I've actually got a hotspot on my screen there. Okay, there we go. Cool. Go away, hotspot. Okay, maybe what I need to do instead is reduce the brightness of that light. There we go. These lights are so versatile. I love it. So there, it looks nice and dark. And actually, I'm lit a little bit more darkly now, so I actually kind of fit with it a little bit better. So Monster Man asks, have you thought about releasing the art for Xbox users to use as backgrounds? So I think I actually do make it. I mean, you can see, when I switch to my desktop view here, you can actually see that I do have this art as my background. And so I do make backgrounds of it whenever we get it. And so if you guys would be interested, I mean, I could tweet this art out. I think there's nothing stopping me from doing that. I'll double check with Wonder to make sure that's okay. But yeah, we could probably share this art. No big deal. And I've actually got a few different versions of it because the art is actually a weird shape. It doesn't really fit any sort of normal pattern of resolution that people usually have. So I'll usually cut several different versions of it so that people can put it across double displays, so people can put it on a single display, or different cuts of it on different displays. Faldunga Boom asks what lights I use. You know what? I have forgotten. What brand is this? I don't know. I did research for them a long time ago, and I've forgotten what brand it was. Probably, maybe if I look through my old Amazon orders. I'm not going to open up my Amazon account in front of you folks. If I open up my old Amazon orders and search for ring light, maybe I'll find it. And I can tell you exactly what ring lights these are. Let's see here. Webcam ring light for Logitech, whatever. Nah. What is that? Does it say Logitech? What is this? Huh. It doesn't. Why does it not say a brand and model on this? It's one of those like really long, silly Amazon titles where it's listing all of the. Oh wait. Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, that's right. That was a different ring light that I ordered for a different purpose. That's not actually, or is it? No, it is. Yeah, so it just says webcam light, ring light for Logitech webcam, C920, C920. It lists a bunch of Logitech webcams that it's supposed to support. I don't think it's made by Logitech though. I think it's made by somebody else to be sold alongside Logitech webcams. So yeah, I think I just got the generic thing, I guess, but it works. You know what? I mean, it works just fine. So yeah, Steve069 is asking, is there an Undead Lab stream tonight? Yes, there is. Since I know that you're from the UK and it's nighttime in the UK when we do the stream. Yes. So yeah, so I'm going to need to, anyway, let me switch us back to this view. Okay, so I'm basically going to need to go through each of our different categories. Like I'll need to find an image of some guns and and put it here in the background when we do the guns section. And I'll probably try to find some picture of like Cash Beaumont and stick him behind bounties completed and also bounties abandoned. I wonder, maybe I should be in front of this text. And then if I really want to make myself go away so you can read it better, I can. But I don't know. I think it probably looks better. It looks more intentional for me to be in front of the text than for me to be behind the text, right? I don't know. You guys go ahead and have opinions about that. I'm going to go ahead and put myself in front of the text, even on the screens where there's no text behind me, because it might change. Who knows? Who knows what weird things are going to happen? So, yeah. So this is Jeffrey messes with his OBS presentation. The stream, which is lots of fun, and you guys get to have like a preview of the data we're gonna be sharing because it's not like it's some giant secret or something. But yeah, so you see the top 4 most worn outfits. We got those over here, and for some reason, everybody loves black clothes with knee pads. So that's just everybody's deal for some reason. I don't know. Whatever you happen to be into, that's cool. Okay, well, it's 8:41, so we've been doing this for nearly an hour. So I think, watching me just try to like filter through a whole bunch of different like art to try to put on here and try to figure out solve all my camera problems. You folks don't want to sit and watch that, which is fine. But maybe this was kind of a fun little window into how I sort of transition my stream back and forth between the Undead Lab stream and my personal stream. If you're interested in that, maybe this was fun. I don't know. But it's been fun talking to you all about this. So let's switch me back to my usual presentation, which now looks really weird because I got a big green screen behind me. So, yeah, so I don't actually have a meeting for another hour or so. So I think we've done everything we need to do with this particular stream. But let's end my videos the way I always end my videos, and we'll make this one of the videos on my stream, so you get a little sort of behind the scenes thing, and then we're gonna go on and play something else.